For years, buying a new iPhone felt like navigating a trap. You walk into the store, look at the base model, and immediately realize it feels slightly older, slightly slower, and slightly less premium than the device sitting right next to it. Apple built a strategy around this feeling. By keeping quality of life upgrades, like smooth screens and the fastest chips, exclusive to the Pro models, they created a subtle pressure to spend an extra $200 just to get a device that felt current. The base iPhone 17 changes that calculation. Apple took the two primary hardware advantages used to justify that expensive Pro upgrade and added them to the standard model. First, the display now features a 120Hz refresh rate. That slight delay you used to feel when scrolling through apps or swiping between menus on a base iPhone has been eliminated. The interface now reacts instantly to your input. Second, Apple put the exact same A19 processing chip in the standard 17 as they did in the Pro, meaning they share the same foundational speed. This graph tracks base model features against Pro model features over the last 5 years. You can see a persistent gap in hardware capability right up until this year, where the two lines converge sharply at the iPhone 17 marker. You no longer have to settle for a slower experience if you don't buy the most expensive tier. The decision now comes down to whether the few remaining niche features on the Pro model are actually worth the extra cost to you. Let's look past the marketing labels and evaluate where that extra money actually goes in terms of daily utility. This matrix tracks specific trade-offs. Row 1 shows the 120Hz display. The outcome is visual parity. The base 17 scrolls as smoothly as the Pro. To get this lower price, you trade the Pro's heavy titanium for an aluminum frame, feeling lighter in the pocket. Raw performance follows a similar pattern. The A19 chip dictates how fast apps load. For most software, including 3D games, the A19 handles standard usage flawlessly, providing zero processing bottlenecks. You only reach this chip's limit rendering uncompressed ProRes video. Processing high bitrate video generates significant heat. Pro models include extra RAM and cooling hardware to handle that specific load without slowing down. Unless you export professional video formats that make the chassis hot, the daily speed of these two phones is effectively the exact same. We also need to address battery life, which remains the primary concern for most buyers. Row 3 looks at battery efficiency. The A19 chip and adaptive screen ensure the base 17 provides reliable all-day power. To exceed this, you must carry a much heavier Pro Max device to accommodate a larger physical battery cell. Then there is the camera system. Modern processing is so advanced that standard close-ups look nearly identical. Once uploaded to social platforms, compression makes the difference between the base 17 and Pro virtually impossible to see. The base model hits its physical limit capturing subjects from a distance. Without an optical telephoto lens, it relies on digital zoom, cropping and enlarging the image, resulting in muddy, distorted details compared to the Pro. The camera trade-off is about physical reach. For close and medium-range photos most people take daily, the Pro's extra lenses offer little practical advantage. Looking at this completed trade-off matrix reveals exactly how modern smartphone pricing works. The features locked behind the higher price, ProRes rendering, telephoto lenses, and titanium cooling solve specific professional problems rather than common daily frustrations. Aspirational marketing often convinces buyers to pay a premium for capabilities they might test once and then never use again. Choosing a phone that specifically mirrors your actual usage keeps hundreds of dollars in your pocket while still providing the modern, fluid experience you expect. Every hardware upgrade now requires a personal, measurable benefit to be worth the cost. Buying the Pro model by instinct is no longer a sound financial strategy. To find your ideal model, you can use a simple binary framework based on your real-world habits. This flowchart tracks the decision. The first hurdle is professional utility. Do you frequently use high-resolution optical zoom or massive ProRes video files to earn a living? If the answer is yes, you belong with the iPhone 17 Pro. For this hybrid creator archetype, specialized hardware justifies the Pro's higher price. If the answer is no, you move to the second hurdle. Is having maximum battery life worth a heavier phone? If yes, choose the Pro Max. If you answered no to both, meaning your daily use consists of communication, web browsing, and casual social media, you are a pragmatic upgrader. The base iPhone 17 is the definitive choice. For a pragmatic upgrader, that extra $200 is a dead investment. You are paying for hardware overhead that will never change how you actually use your phone. The smartest way to buy tech is to choose the hardware that fits the 99% of your life you live every day, rather than the 1% edge case shown.